Ever had one of those days where even getting out of bed feels impossible? Where life feels like it's piling on and you're just stuck? Yeah, me too. But here's the thing. I didn't stay there, and you don't have to either. Let me show you how I found my way back when everything felt like it was falling apart. Life doesn't always go as planned. But then, you find a way, and it starts with one small step. Let's talk about motivation. Because here's the truth. It's not this magical thing that just shows up when you need it. It's not a light switch you can flip on. It's more like a fire. And sometimes you've got to sit in the cold for a while before you figure out how to light it. Life has this funny way of throwing curveballs. One day you're cruising along feeling like you've got it all together, but then, your job gets overwhelming, or a relationship falls apart, or maybe you just wake up one morning and think, what's the point? Here's what I learned. Motivation isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about creating it. And it starts with one tiny step. One small win, because when everything feels like too much, those tiny wins, they matter. They're proof that you're still moving, still breathing, still here. So how do you stay motivated when life gets tough? Start small, like really small. I'm talking brush your teeth small. Make your bed small, because here's the thing. When everything feels like too much, those tiny wins, they're your lifeline. And then, you build on that. One step at a time, one day at a time. You don't need to have it all figured out, you just need to show up. Even if it's messy, even if it's hard, even if it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Because guess what? That's still progress. Here's something else I learned. Motivation isn't just about willpower, it's about perspective. When life feels heavy, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong. But what if you flipped the script? What if you asked yourself, what's one thing I can do today to make tomorrow a little easier? Sometimes staying motivated means giving yourself permission to rest, to recharge, to say, hey, I'm doing the best I can and that's enough. Because here's the thing, you can't pour from an empty cup. And you don't have to be perfect to make progress. So, here's my challenge to you. Start with one thing, just one. Maybe it's a walk around the block. Maybe it's a 5-minute journal session. Maybe it's just sitting quietly and breathing. And when you're done, celebrate that. Because every step forward counts, even the tiny ones. Life is tough, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, but here's the last dab of truth, you're tougher. And you don't have to do it all at once, just take it one day, one moment, one breath at a time. You've got this. Motivation isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up. Keep going, you're worth it. Subscribe for more tips on staying motivated and thriving even when life gets tough.